Alright, hello everybody. I hope everybody is having a good day today. I hope everybody enjoyed their 4th of July. I've been doing these readings a little different today. I've been doing sign readings. So I will shuffle the cards up, and whatever sign pops out is who I would do. For the last reading, I had signs that I already did pop out, so I just shuffled until a different sign popped out, which I will continue to do that even though I only have 3 signs left to do in the zodiac. But that's just how I'm doing things. Please like, share, and subscribe. Any donations could be sent to the information in the description box, as well as if someone would like to have a vent session, that information is also in the description box. Like I said, please like, share, and subscribe as you come in. I will shuffle these cards up a few more times, and then we're going to get right into it. All right, let's see. What sign could this reading be for, Spirit? Libra, Scorpio, or Cancer? Nope, there it is, Sag. Libra, Scorpio, or Cancer, Spirit? Libra. Nope, Sagittarius keep wanting to come out. Libra, Scorpio, or Cancer, Spirit? Which sign? We already did Virgo. Let me shuffle these again. I guess because it's getting down to the last 3, it's harder for it to come out. Libra, Scorpio, or Cancer. What sign could I be doing this reading for, Spirit? Libra, Scorpio. Scorpio. So, we got death in the upright Scorpio energy. So, like I said, this reading is for the sign of Scorpio. So, Scorpio, you could be in a spiritual transformation or having a spiritual transformation. So, you could have had a death recently to where you had the death to the old you, and now you are transforming into this new you. This could be the spiritual you. Maybe you weren't spiritual before, or as spiritual inclined, and you could be having this transformation after this death. So it's a death for a renewal, a change. So you could be getting a new beginning or having new beginnings in your life after this death and transformation spiritually. You could be letting go of people, places, and things. You could be ending things, like I said, making changes, transitioning from thing to another, one place to another, from the old you to the new you. This could be sudden, or you could have a unexpected upheaval that's gaining closure in the situation, or this unexpected upheaval could be giving you closure when it comes to either the old you or a certain person or certain people, places, or things. You could be getting closure from. You could be releasing things. You could be changing your work. So there could be a change to what you do as well. And then we got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So due to this spiritual transformation, this death and this rebirth that you have had, Scorpio, your will could be in the upright. So you could be headed towards good fortune. This could be fated for you, for the wheel to turn in your favor after you've experienced or went through, undergone this transformation. So you could be headed towards a lucky time in your life after this change, or the will being in your favor could be the change. So this could be good karma for you, Scorpio. So you could also be meeting a soulmate or coming into union with a soulmate as part of this good fortune, this fated change in your life, for you to be meeting a soulmate or coming into union with one. This could be your destiny. So it is destined for your will to be in an upright, for you to meet a soulmate that you're meant to be with, for you to get some wealth in your life or come into wealth after turmoil. You could be getting opportunities at this time, all because of the experience you have. So you accumulated a level of experience that is allowing you to get opportunities. And these could be opportunities of good fortune, or opportunities to put you in a position to have good fortune. Scorpio, Spirit, what are the messages for the sign of Scorpio? May I please have the messages up? So we got the Ace of Wands in the reverse. This is fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So there could be a fire sign who's indecisive at this time. They could be feeling like they missed the opportunity or missed multiple opportunities when it came to you or working with you or something in regards to you, Scorpio. They could feel like they wasted their talent. They felt like they had the potential to do something in regards to you, but they could realize that they're infertile. They don't have fertile energy. They just have wasted talent. So I don't know what this fire sign was trying to do, but yeah. They feel like they missed the opportunity with you, Scorpio. And then we got the Emperor and the upright, Aries energy. So there could be an Aries who's stable, structure. They could be protective. They could have a position of authority and control. They could be practical. They could be focused, disciplined, logical. This could be an older man. So I don't know who this older man is to you, Scorpio. But they could have some leadership role. Maybe this is your father, Scorpio, or a father figure around you that has the ability to lead you in some sort of way. They could be reliable and stable. Maybe they help you through this transformation, Scorpio, whoever this emperor is. Any more for the sign of Scorpio? May I please have the messages for the sign of Scorpio, Spirit? For the sign of Scorpio. For the sign of Scorpio. And now, Scorpio, if this is your father, maybe at one point they could have felt like they missed the opportunity to be a father to you, but they could have been, or they could have stepped into this emperor role and became the father that they should have been to you. So they could have started realizing their power in the situation and learning that they were actually the leader to you, that they needed to lead you in the right direction. Maybe at one point they felt like time was too late. It was too late for them to be the father figure that they should have been in your life, Scorpio. But they realized time do not matter. So they could have stepped up to the plate and became this emperor, and a good father figure in your life took leadership. And then we have travel and news in the reverse, Sagittarius energy. Now, there could be a Sagittarius returning from a trip or a vacation, but they could realize that it's bad timing. They could have a loss of motivation. So something bad could have happened during this travel when it comes to this Sagittarius. Or they could have received some sort of bad news while they were returning from this trip or vacation. Now, I don't know if you've given this person this bad news, Scorpio, or they could have gotten some bad news in regards to something you have done or something that you're wanting to do that could be bad news to them. And then we have the Fool in a reverse. So this, whoever this Sagittarius is, they could have been very reckless, fearless, and they could have taken a risk of some sort. So maybe they took a risk to go on a trip or a vacation, and at whatever time they chose to do this, it was the wrong time. So they realized that they took a risk, and this risk was reckless. Excuse me. Maybe this Sagittarius wanted to travel towards you and realized that it was bad timing, because you could have brought death to this situation with this person. So this could have been someone that you were dealing with, whoever this Sagittarius is, and they could have lost motivation through travels because you could have cut that off, or they could have realized that they were blocked, or they couldn't get through to you, or something could have happened to where as though they felt like it was bad timing. Or you could have told them that you were releasing them, you were letting go of the situation that you had with them, so they could have realized that it was reckless to take this risk to travel to you, or whatever they traveled to you to try and do. Maybe they realized that they missed the opportunity with you, because even though they took this trip or this vacation to come towards you, they still didn't get what they wanted out of the situation. Because like I said, you could have let go of them. You could have ended things with them. Any more for the sign of Scorpio? Any more messages for the sign of Scorpio, Spirit? So we got charity and giving in a reverse, Taurus energy. So there could be a Taurus that could be gifting you, Scorpio, some gifts, or you could be getting some donations, or Scorpio, you could want to be generous towards someone, whether you or a Taurus energy. So maybe a Taurus energy could be supporting you after you've gone through a spiritual transformation. After you decided to let things go and transition, you could be getting donations, support. The community could be helping you, supporting you, assisting you. And then we got community in the upright. So like I said, the community could be giving to you after this spiritual transformation that you've had, this death and this rebirth. So you could be stepping in a time to where your family is happy. You could be having reunions. There could be homecomings around you, celebrations, surprises, parties. You could be getting married, Scorpio. Or you could be invited to a Aries wedding. So Aries could be getting married around you that you could be invited to. So you could be feeling welcomed. Or this community of people could just be welcoming you, wanting to invite you to events. So you could be coming together with these people, working together as a team, and this could be successful. And then we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. Also Scorpio energy. So you could have been in a period of either giving unrequited love or getting unrequited love, Scorpio. So people could have been sad because you were someone who was giving unrequited love, one-sided situations. So you could have been a manipulator at one point, Scorpio, wanting to always have one-night stands, always cheating on your partner, Scorpio. But you could have had a spiritual transformation, and you could have changed from being this manipulator, only wanting one-night stands, cheating on your partner. So you could have let go of your player ways, Scorpio, after this death and this rebirth. And you could have been closing things out with some of these lovers. So that could be the bad news for this Sagittarius. Like I said, they could have been coming towards you. Or they could have came towards you while on a trip or vacation, thinking that things were going to go one way, but they could have went another way because you could have cut this person off during this trip or vacation that they decided to take. Any more messages for the sign of Scorpio, Spirit? Scorpio. Yeah, please have the messages for the sign of Scorpio. And then we got burden in the reverse, also Sagittarius energy. So this Sagittarius could be facing insurmountable problems. They could feel like they're duty bound and they need to do as they are told. So I don't know, maybe while on this trip or vacation, like I said, you could have closed things out with this person, ended things with this person. You could have told this person that they needed to leave. And maybe they didn't plan on leaving so soon or leaving at this time. And that could be what the bad timing is, because they didn't expect to have to leave at this time. But you could have closed things out with them and told them to go. But they have a lack of motivation of leaving, returning back to wherever they came from before they came to you, because they didn't expect for this situation to go the way that it went. They didn't expect for you to end things with them, Scorpio. So now they're not motivated because they're really not wanting to leave, but they know they need to do what they're told. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles in the upright, Capricorn energy. So this person could have been doing something on a routine, this Sagittarius, and they could have been having the help of a Capricorn to help them do something on a routine. So whoever this Knight of Pentacles is normally someone who is practical, loyal, and respectful. So maybe this Capricorn was loyal to this Sagittarius. They was very persistent, protective over this Sagittarius, and defensive. They were stubborn, ambition, hardworking, and finish what they start. So like I said, they could have been doing something on a routine right along with this Sagittarius. And then we got the Queen of Cups in the reverse, Libra energy. So they could have been doing something on a routine when it came to trying to have a Libra energy, and the Queen of Cups in the reverse, wanting them to be emotionally immature, wanting them to be insecure, have a lack of trust, have a lack of direction. So this Sagittarius and this Capricorn could have been doing this on a routine. trying to mess with this Queen of Cups, this Libra energy, to have them seen as in the reverse, trying to make them emotionally immature, like I said, make them be insecure with whatever on a routine basis, so that they wouldn't know which way to go. And then we have calm union in the upright, Virgo energy. So this could be a Virgo that they wanted to be this Queen of Cups in the reverse. But this Virgo could be receiving unexpected financial income, lump sums, wills, trust, legacies, solid foundations, privileges, issuance of inheritance. So I don't know. Wheel of Fortune is upright for you, Scorpio. So I don't know if you got Virgo in your chart. You could have Virgo in your chart. Scorpio, any more messages? So we got Judgment in the upright. So someone could have been being judged, or you could have been being judged, or you could have been judging someone, and you may have needed to self-evaluate and awaken, go through this spiritual transformation because you were judging someone based off of what this Sagittarius and this Capricorn was doing on a routine. So you needed to awaken, to have this renewal, to gain your composure in the situation, so you could be decisive, homesick. You could be quick to judge, and you may be wanting forgiveness from this person because you were quick to judge them off of what a Sagittarius and a Capricorn was saying and doing to this person. Maybe you didn't know that they were doing something on a routine so that they would be seen as this Queen of Cups in the reverse. And then we got friendship in the upright. So there could also be a Cancer involved that you have a friendship with. You could be reuniting with this person, celebrating with this person, socializing. This could be at a wedding, at an Aries wedding, or you could be, if it's you inviting these people to a wedding, or you could be getting invited to an Aries wedding right along with a Cancer. So you guys could be reuniting at this wedding, this event, this engagement party, this graduation, baby shower, happy hour, whatever it is. You could be reuniting with this person after a while of this person, whoever the Cancer is. So maybe there is a people that is coming together, like I said, at some sort of event, whether if it's a wedding, engagement party, graduation, baby shower, happy hour, of whatever you guys is celebrating. You guys could be coming together after judging someone wrong because you guys didn't know that a Sagittarius and a Capricorn was doing something on a routine to a person. So now you guys could be wanting to be friends with this person, celebrate with this person, welcome this person into a community. Any more for the sign of Scorpio, Spirit? Then we got the Lovers in the reverse, Gemini energy. So there could be a Gemini also who is suffering through trust issues. They could have trust issues. They could be in a lot of conflict because you've gone through this spiritual transformation. You had a death and a rebirth, and now you're celebrating with this community of people while they're in conflict. So you could be feeling disconnected from this person. I don't know if this Gemini is someone from your past that you let go as well in order to have this spiritual transformation, but you could have. Because whoever this Gemini is, they have a lack of sense of responsibility. So you could have realized this is someone that you need to release, someone that you need to let go in order to have this transformation, this transition. And then we have the Ace of Cups in upright, water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So like I said, Scorpio, you could be having new beginnings. You could be stepping into a new relationship. This could be a new romantic lover. You could be happy with whoever this lover is or whatever these new beginnings that you're having. You could be full of joy. You could be able to conceive at this time. So if you are someone that is fertile, if you don't want a child, wrap it up. If not, then do you do. Because you def gonna get pregnant, because I see pregnancy here. So you could be spreading the news that you are pregnant, or someone around you, if not you, Scorpio, could be pregnant. This could be a friend of yours who is a Cancer that could be pregnant, and you guys could be celebrating this pregnancy. This could be a baby shower that you guys are at. And then we got poverty in the upright. So there could be a Taurus that's in a situation that's headed for poverty. They could be going through a temporary financial difficulty. They could be headed for negative changes in their circumstances. They could be feeling left out of all this celebrating, all these social gatherings. They could be experiencing financial loss. They could be facing a lot of adversity and struggles at this time. Now, I don't know if they were working with these people anymore for the sign of Scorpio. My neck hurt. And then we got choice in the upright, Aries energy. So there could be an Aries that have two paths, or this could be you, Scorpio, that has two paths to choose, or you could have had two paths to go down. You could have needed to decide if you were going to stick with a certain group of people, or if you were going to act transformation and put in the work and be welcome into another community of people. So you could have had to choose between two paths of what you wanted to go down. One could have led you to poverty or kept you in poverty, while the other could have led you to your will being in an upright, led you to good fortune and all that good shit, celebrating and all that shit. So you could have had a major decision to make when it came to the paths that you wanted to choose. Or you could be trying to help out an Aries energy. So there could be friends getting together at a gathering, at a baby shower. You could be seeing friends of yours, and you could be socializing with this Aries on a decision they need to make as well. And this could be a friend of yours that is an immigrant. Now, they could be deciding if they want to stay somewhere or go. So they could be trying to decide on a move, and maybe you're helping this person decide on this move, giving them the pros and cons to whatever move they're trying to make. Let's see. Any more messages for the sign of Scorpio, spirit? Any more? shit, why they fall out like that? Oh. Oh. Shit. Alright. Get back here. Trying to mess my setup up. Alright, so we got laughter, happiness, joy, healing. So, like I said, you could be laughing at this time, very happy, filled with joy, because you could be celebrating at this time around people you want to be around, reuniting with people you want to reunite with after letting go of people, places, and things that you needed to let go of. And then we have karmics. Third parties, haters, lesson learned. So you could have had to let go of some karmic, Scorpio. Like I said, you could have been this manipulator at one point. This Knight of Cups in a reverse. Only wanting one night stands, or always cheating on your partner, manipulating people, giving one-sided situations when it came to love. And you could have transformed from that person, like I said. But when you were that person, that manipulator, that Knight of Cups in the reverse, you could have dealt with a lot of karmics, had a lot of third-party situations going on, not even realizing that some of those karmics you were dealing with were actually haters of yours, or they were hating with the person that you were on. I say you were on. Hating on the person that you were with, or hating on a person that you wanted to be with. But you could have learned your lesson when it came to dealing with these karmics. And you could have learned your lesson with having third parties. Like I said, maybe you don't want to be a cheater no more. You don't want to be a manipulator. You don't want to have just one night stands anymore. You leveled up from being this Knight of Cups in a reverse. And then we got spiritually woke. So you could be spiritually woke now because of this spiritual transformation that you had. So you could be more self-aware. You could be cutting through illusions and detaching from your ego at this time. You could be wanting to wine and dine someone after you've undergone this spiritual transformation. You could be wanting to court somebody, consistently date someone, because you have romantic feelings for this person and passion for this person, whoever it is. Then we got graduation day. So you definitely could have graduated. You are leveling up from who you used to be. You learned your lessons. We got lessons learned twice. So you definitely learned your lessons in the situation, and you acquired wisdom when dealing with these people, or dealing with these situations, or being a certain type of way. You gain some wisdom through all this. And then we have harmony. So you could be stepping in a time of harmony, gaining peace, balance, and happiness. Like we already had, laughter, happiness, and joy. So you could be headed towards a very harmonious time in your life. Very happy, very fortunate. So this could be a good change for you, Scorpio. And then we got black sheep. So you could have been a black sheep of your family. You could have been rebelling. So maybe at one point in time, your father could have been indecisive about you, or feel like they missed the opportunity to father you right, because you could have been rebelling against them or what they wanted for you, going against their expectation, defying their norms. But now this father could be seeing that regardless of what path you chose, if you chose to do the right thing, that they done the right thing in your life by taking leadership and realizing that they didn't miss the opportunity, that they still had the chance to be the father that they needed to be in your life. And then we have lust. So maybe these people wanted you to feel like the black sheep, Scorpio, because you could have been very lustful at one point. Like I said, when you were in this Knight of Cups energy, you could have only went for lustful situations, always dealing with karmics who were lustful right along with you. Or because you chose to deal with karmics, That's all they could have wanted. So you in return could have turned into that, and that's all you could have wanted from people is less. You could have been very greedy when it came to sexual favors. You always wanted just sex from people. Like I said, you wanted to always indulge in one night stands, always wanted to cheat. You were very inconsiderate. And then we have snack. So you could view someone as a snack. You could have been obsessed with someone, obsessed with their physical appearance. You could have been obsessed with their sexual appeal. So maybe they got sex appeal, whoever this is that you view as this snack. Or maybe you was the snack, Scorpio, and people could have been lusting after you. They could have been obsessed with you because you have physical attraction and sex appeal. So people could have just always lusted after you. So in return, you became the same way because that's all you felt like people wanted from you is sex. Then we got sipping. So you could be sipping at this time, drinking, taking some shots. I don't know. You could be being nosy at this time. Or you could have been dealing with karmics who were nosy, always up in your business, always wanting to know who you were dealing with, always trying to spread rumors and gossip. Or they could have been trying to spread rumors and gossip about somebody that you viewed as a snack as well. So not only you, but other people could have viewed this person as a snack and been obsessed with them to the point where they just couldn't stay out of this person's business and wanted to spread rumors and gossip about them because they couldn't keep their nose out their business. Maybe they wanted to know if this person that you viewed as a snack was barebacking you because they knew you to be lustful. They knew you to be this Knight of Cups in a reverse, always having one night stands, and they knew that you viewed this person as a snack, so they could have been trying to be nosy to see if you were dealing with this person. They could have been gossiping about you, thinking they knew the situation. Maybe they could have been going around saying that you actually slept with this person. Then we got time, delay, procrastination, too busy. So you could view these people or these karmics as having too much time on their hands. You could feel like because of these karmics and because of what you decided to indulge in, you could have been delayed when it came to something or someone, or you could have been delayed when it came to your spiritual transformation because of you delaying, letting people go, letting people, places, and things go that you knew no longer served you. So you could have just been procrastinating when it came to this transformation, when it came to you ending things that you knew you needed to end. So you could have been playing it off like you were just too busy to put the work in to have this spiritual transformation. Or you could have been trying to come off to this person that you view as a snack like you were too busy for them, or you could feel like they were too busy for you. Now, if you were the one playing like you were too busy for this person, you could have just been procrastinating, delaying a situation, knowing that you was obsessed with this person, knowing that you viewed this person as a whole snack, and you just letting time go by. Then we got turn. Party animals, sex, drugs, and alcohol surface pleasures. So like I said, back to if you were procrastinating and delaying your spiritual transformation, you could have been doing this because you was too busy getting turned. You was too busy wanting to be a party animal, indulging in surface pleasures, indulging in sex, drugs, and alcohol. So you kept delaying this spiritual transformation because you was too turned. You was too busy getting turned, and you was cool with that. All right, Spirit, can I please have the messages for the sign of Scorpio? So we got younger brother. So you could have a younger brother, Scorpio, or you could be someone's younger brother. And then we have being seen for the hater and liar they truly are. Ooh, so you can have a younger brother that is a hater of yours, Scorpio, and you could be seeing them for the hater that they are, and you could be seeing them as a liar. So they could have lied to you about something or someone, and they could have lied to you all because they was hating on you. They was hating on the situation. And now you could be seeing this person for who they are. This could be someone that you cutting off or getting closure from, no longer wanting to deal with them, whoever this younger brother is. Or this could be your older brother if you are the younger brother. Take it how it resonates. And then we have coaches a team. So this younger brother could coach a team, or you could coach a team of some sort. And we got Chase Bank. So there could be something at a Chase bank, or you could be banking at Chase. Or you could have some sort of good fortune at a Chase bank. And we have once you unalive by any means. So someone could have wanted you so your younger brother could have wanted you unalive by any means because you had some sort of good fortune at a Chase bank that they could have knew about. And because they knew about this good fortune, Scorpio, they could have wanted to unalive you by any means because they was a hater. They was a hater when it came to you. And we had February. So this person could have did this in February or planned to do this by February, or could have started planning to do this to you in February. Or whoever this younger brother of yours is, they could be Pisces or Aquarius, I think. Yeah, Pisces or Aquarius. And then we have heavy metal. So they could like heavy metal, or you could like heavy metal. Any more messages for the sign of Scorpio? So this could be someone who drives a sports car, Scorpio. They could live in Atlantic City or be traveling to or from Atlantic City. Then we have trendsetter. So you could be a trendsetter, Scorpio, and that's why this younger brother was hating and lying on you. You could be a game changer, or you could be changing the game because you're actually changing from who you used to be. And we have West Virginia. So something in regards to West Virginia, you could be traveling to or from West Virginia. OMG. And then we have September. So something could be happening in the month of September. Or you could be dealing with someone born in the month of September. Virgo or a Libra could be significant. And we got placeholder. So you could have wanted a Virgo or a Libra to be a placeholder. So while you remained enjoying or indulging in these surface pleasures, wanting to be this party animal, always turned, you could have wanted a Virgo or a Libra to be a placeholder. Shaking my head. Then we got cheating on each other. So you could have wanted to be in a relationship with this person to where you guys were cheating on each other. Or you could have been with someone that you were cheating on while they were cheating with you, while you expected a Virgo or a Libra to be a placeholder. So you wanted this Virgo or Libra to wait on you while you deal with a karmic to where y'all was in a relationship. It could have been an open relationship. So y'all didn't mind cheating on each other, or y'all didn't see it as cheating on each other, or y'all was just in a karmic relationship to where y'all was just cheating on each other. Whether if y'all liked it or not, y'all still stayed with each other and dealt with the situation. So while you were in that relationship of being cheating on and doing the cheating as well, you could have expected someone to wait for you, a Virgo or a Libra. So you could have stayed with the person that you were with because they allowed you to cheat, because they were cheating too. And this could be someone that you would party with, turn up with, so y'all could have indulged in the same things. When it came to this sex, drugs, and alcohol, y'all both were indulgent in surface pleasure, so you were cool being where you were while still wanting someone else to save a space for you. And then we have a club owner. So you could be a club owner, or there could be a Pisces male that could be a club owner. Now, if these are people around you, you could have watched a Pisces male who was with a Virgo or a Libra who's a club owner. You could have watched them cheat on each other. I don't know. And we got child molester here. So you could know that someone is a child molester, Scorpio. The name Renee could be significant. So you could either know Renee is a child molester, or Renee could know that a Pisces male is a child molester who's a club owner. And then we got rock climbing. So you could be someone who like to go rock climbing. And then we have this week. So you could be planning to go rock climbing this week. And then we have fire. So you could be in an area where there's a lot of fires going on. I know in Colorado, they're experiencing a lot of fires. So if you are in an area where there is a high fire rate, please be careful with the fireworks and stuff, because that could set off a fire. Or someone could be getting fired. I don't know. Take how it resonate. That could be happening this week. And then we have want you to have a record, so you would be limited or stuck. So there could have been someone that wanted you to have a record, so you could be limited and stuck in life. Now this could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, as we had all of them come out earlier in the reading. Any more for the sign of Scorpio? So we got self-respect. So you can now have self-respect for yourself, Scorpio, or you could see that someone has self-respect for themselves. This could have been someone that you wanted to be a placeholder. You could have realized that this person had too much self-respect for themselves to be a placeholder for you. And then we have Kansas. So someone could be in Kansas, traveling to or from Kansas, that wanted you to have a record so you would be stuck or someone else. Or you could be in Kansas right now, traveling towards someone. And then we have a Capricorn moon. So Scorpio, you could have a Capricorn moon, or someone that is from Kansas traveling to or from can have a Capricorn moon. And then we have working with your employees. So this person could have been working with your employees, Scorpio. Whoever got this Capricorn moon that is from Kansas. Or they could have been working with someone else's employees. And then we have aunt. So this could be someone's aunt with a Capricorn moon that was working with their employees to do something against them. Maybe whatever they were doing with their employees, they wanted them to have a record so they would be limited and stuck, whatever they were doing with these employees. And then we have, so whatever they were doing, they wanted either you or someone else that you viewed as having self-respect to do something wild to where that they would get locked up and have a record, so they would be limited and stuck on where to work or what to do, so they could control them with the people that they work with that they know, whoever this auntie is. And then we got Tay. Tay spelled either way could be significant. So this aunt could be named Tay, or this could be their nickname, who was doing this. But I'm gonna pour a few more. I'm gonna end this reading. We already went over 50 minutes. Alright, Spirit, what are the ending messages for the Scorpio reading? What messages to end this reading off? Oh my gosh, that is too much. So we got bye, Felicia. Peacing out. Thank you next. Leaving and not caring. So like I said in the beginning, you could be letting go of people, chucking up the deuces to some people, letting people go because you're wanting to have this spiritual transformation, Scorpio. And then we have memories. So all you are left with is the memories of some people or someone that you are missing. So you could be trying to revisit the past when it comes to someone that you are missing. And then we have tiptoeing. And maybe you knew that you had to cut people off in order to revisit the past with this person. But we got tiptoeing, avoid getting caught acting shady, sneaking around. So like I said, you were in a relationship with someone, you could have been sneaking around this person, acting shady. Y'all both could have been acting shady towards each other, sneaking around each other, trying to avoid getting caught for whatever reason. Y'all could have both been missing someone that y'all was dealing with in the past. Or you could have not wanted someone to know that you were dealing with, that you were missing someone from your past. You could have told this person that you let go of this person when really you just kept revisiting the past with this person, looking at memories. If you had some sort of photos with this person, you could have kept looking back at these photos, being in your feelings over these memories you shared with this person. And you could have been sneaking behind somebody's back to do this. Because like I said, you could have told whoever you are with that you left this person alone and you didn't care about this person when really you did, when really you were missing that person. And you were the one that kept revisiting the past because you couldn't let go of these photos, or you kept going back and looking at these photos. And you could have even been acting shady towards whoever you were with because you were missing someone else, acting like you didn't care about that person. And then we got swept up. So you could have swept your feelings up under the rug, knowing that you really cared about that person that you were missing. Really, you were head over heels with that person. Head over heels with that person. You could have fell in love with that person and had intense emotions, but you could have tried to hide it. You tried to hide it and act like you ain't care about that person when really you just couldn't get that person out of your head. You were missing that person. You couldn't let go of the memories with that person. You wanted to revisit the past. You wanted that person to be a placeholder. So whenever you got ready to come back, or whenever you felt like you were ready to change and get your shit together, that person would be there waiting. And that's what you wanted, Scorpio. That's what you wanted. So, I guess after you've had this spiritual transformation, you change from dealing with karmics and being this player, only wanting one night stands, giving situations or being in situations where you wanted to give unrequited love. Now you could be hoping that whoever you are missing is still holding a place for you because you fell in love with them. But anyways, that was your reading, Scorpio. Please like, share, and subscribe. Like I said before, any donations could be sent to the information in the description box, as well as if anybody would like to do event session, that information is in the description as well. But like I said, hope you guys enjoy. Deuces. I holla.